Hey Rosie, how's it going? On 6150, we'll do it to Pitso. From Pitso to November 83 is Alpha. Pep key. November 822 Alpha. To Lotvy. Go to Fassa. Where the Skak. To Vicksburg, India. To Deer Park. This is Deer Park, this is DPR. Yeah, that's it's GSX, so it's doing the passenger boarding on GSX, so it's that sound effect. We're looking for West 101. G8107. To DDY. It's MTU. That's 110. and direct to Bryce Canyon, and that's where we'll start the arrival into Vegas. So, activate, and execute. To the next page. So, what's the plan? And let's just review the routing and check it against our maps. That. One thing with these long haul flights is there's a lot of information to review, so when you want to get to a specific page, it can sometimes be a bit of a pain in the arse. So for example, on this flight itself, for the documentation, we've got 107 pages of documentation to review and go over before we start the sim and start the flight. Okay, so we're going out to Galacon 078, send to the radio 053 to intercept the 20 DME from Detling, turn to heading 080 degrees towards Acorn, DME of 10 from Detling, we'll make a left hand turn to 337 degrees. 336, that's close enough. That takes them to a DME of 15 from Lambourne, 5,000 feet. DME of 10 from Lambourne at 6,000 feet. And then Lambourne itself caps at 6,000 feet. And that's the end of the sit there, so coming from Lambourne. Oh yeah, Domino's is always good. Page 4. Manchester. Output was just off the eastern coast of Greenland. 6150 just puts off the southern tip. Pitso puts us off between Greenland and Canada. And Lock V should put us just off the coast of Canada. It's a grand big gap. Okay, so we're happy with that. I think we should probably get some lighting going in here, shouldn't we? There is some 17s available for FSX, the 100 series. You want to look at CLS simulations. They probably did the best one. Is what they call the F-Light range, so it's not too complex. But that's about the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. Then. Well, keep an eye out for that. In fact, there is one aircraft so far that is available for that, but it's not an engineer role, it's an observer role, which is the Majestic Dash 8 Q400. Can take 3 pilots, which is a pilot flying, pilot non-flying, and a observer. There are some features coming along. I don't think I can get too far into it so far. Actually, no, I can do, because we have released on the web conference. There are aircraft coming along again. It's not so much with the flight engineer, but we're bringing a system along where instead of flying only with 2 pilots, you can have 3 or 4 pilots sharing one aircraft, so you can swap the roles out. So on a true long haul, say London to Sydney, you can have 4 pilots all flying together and going in, which is going to be a fantastic one. Now, if we do get some aircraft coming along, some classics that do require a flight engineer, then that'd be a great role for that, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. knots. 337. No idea as to worry about on the departure. It'd be nice, but again, I doubt we'll get anything like that for that aircraft. Okay, I'll go ahead and get some clearance on board. On to 5.
Requesting flight plans to Dublin with John Cargo 611 category, you cleared to Dublin on the Kennett 10 departure, squawk 4456 and the Financial 1018. Pick up on the account of the passport departure 08 right, and squawking 4456 and the Connection 1018, take the progress this one. John Cargo 611, the departure was the Kennett 10 departure.
So we're planning for pushback now in the next 10 to 15 minutes, just let you know, so if you want to go ahead and get yourself something to drink or something to eat, got about 10 or 15 minutes before we'll start the pushback.
Flash vision calling your readability is really low.
Gatwick clearance delivery, good afternoon. Virgin 43, stand 110 with information echo 747, clearance to Las Vegas.
Okay, Virgin 43 Gatwick delivery, clear to Las Vegas and alarm board 10, departure squawk 766 on the Connection 1018.
On Lambon 1 Zulu departure cleared to Las Vegas, squawk 1018. Sorry, QNH 1018. Could we just get the squawk code again for the Virgin 43?
Virgin 43, the squawk code is 7661.
7661, Virgin 43.
Del Papa, ready for open stop.
You should see Hotel Papa hold position with ground 121 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Ground 118, guys, under Del Papa.
Is it shit? I'm supposed to make full thing.
GCAS test pass.
Gatwick delivery, Delta Alpha Charlie Oscar Papa, good afternoon. A320 at gate 17 with information echo, request Papa fields to Copenhagen. Delta Alpha Charlie Oscar Papa, Gatwick delivery. Clear to Copenhagen on the Clanton to Zulu departure. Squawk 6 to 43 on the Connection 1018. Say again the squawk, please. 6243. Aircraft Papa, clear to Copenhagen while we collecting 2 Zoom.
So once again, for anybody watching the stream, you've got about 10 minutes now before we initiate the pushback. After that, we'll be taxiing out to runway 08 right, departing towards the west. From there, we're expecting a flight time of 10 hours and 41 minutes to Las Vegas.
Hotel Papa, ready taxi. Come on. Sproson Hotel Papa, taxi 08 right by Juliet 4. 0 going Juliet 4, 87 Hotel Papa.
Ground, we're at maintenance. Do request push and start. Delta Papa Mike 47.
Delta Mike 47, pushback approved. Face east, please.
Push and start approved. Face east. Delta Mike 47.
Gateway ground, we are often again 500, the mechanism in the Zero ground road.
Left station calling Gatwick delivery or Gatwick ground very unreasonable. Visibility was a 3 out of 5. Can you please increase your microphone volume for me, please?
K1 500, the mechanism in the Zero ground road.
KLM is a KLM aircraft, taxi stand 3-1 by 0 left.
K1 500, taxi is a standard American taxi standard.
Yes, stand 131.
Standard 131, K1 500. Gateway ground 2275 extra tango, located on 208 left.
75 extra Tango, taxi stand 113.
Taxi 2 stands 113, ED 75 extra tango.
Request taxi, Delta Mike 47.
Delta Mike 47, taxi 10 right by Juliet 4.
Taxi via Juliet to Juliet 4, Delta Mike 47.
Delta Mike 47, once reaching Juliet 4, contact tower. Once reverse 155, today.
Okay, we'll contact tower at Juliet 4, Delta Mike 47.
87 to Papa Jones, go to Townhouse, though. That's correct. Roger, it's the tower, get off the main, 7 to Papa.
Gatwick ground, German cargo 641 stands on 77 requesting push stop.
All stations, Gatwick ground is closing. Be back in a little bit. Contact tower, once first 155. Good day.
Five 169 77. So V2 plus 20 197. Set. Trim 7. Choose from trim up to 2.2 fade, 2.2 to not track and fade, not tracking to that's correct, Aspirin. Gatwick Tower, good evening. Virgin 4-3, stand 110 for the push and start, please.
Virgin 4-3, Gatwick Tower, stand 47, push to start approved.
Push start approved, Virgin 4-3.
Ground manager, complete information box for request James Alpha to Brussels Airport.
Yeah, right now, 9023, I told you to stand by, that means I'll call you back when I want to.
Roger.
Delta Papa Mike 47, contact Gatwick Director 126.820, goodbye.
Director 126.820, Brussels Airport, and
Gatwick Tower, EG46 Bravo Lima. EG46 Bravo Lima, Gatwick Tower, hello, Simpson 130 degrees 7 knots, runway 08 right, clear to land. 08 right, clear to land, EG46 Bravo Lima. American 107 Heavy, have you got my phone plan yet? American 107 Heavy, there will be a reason I haven't got your flight plan because you are currently spawned in at Heathrow, correct? Yes, sorry about that. I'm on the wrong frequency, American 107 Heavy. American 107 Heavy, A firm, there will be no further ATC voices monitoring the COM 122.8, those at Heathrow's online. Alright, 122.8, American 122.8, thank you, sorry about that. I get it, Tower 75641 on Sierra requesting text. German Kilo 611, taxi holding point Juliet 1, fire Juliet. Juliet 1, fire Juliet, German Kilo 611.
I don't know what's going on with this push button, but...
Gatwick Tower, good evening, Austrian 235, request radio check. Austrian 235, Gatwick Tower, low availability 5. Gatwick Tower, good evening, it's ED31 Mike Charlie, 19, information echo, stand 113, clear, DCO. ED31 Mike Charlie, I'm going to be closing very shortly, so it's in the COM 122.8. LSU, decimal 8, ED31 Mike Charlie. Ready to Oscar Papa, request taxi. Oscar Charlie, Oscar Papa, no further AT available, so I'm going to be logging off house monitoring the COM 122.8. Unicorn 122.8, for Charlie, Oscar Papa. All stations, Gatwick Tower is now logging off, so monitoring the COM 122.8, there'll be no further ATC for anybody.
This is complete balls up on this one, isn't it? Going back through the gate. Drift signs. So difficult in the job.
Parking brake. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass main removed.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Grant. I'm just adding a couple of bots to Discord. Give me just 1 second, can you?
Roger.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, what we'll do is we'll start the taxi. Full left. Full left. And full right. That's recent to my rivers. Okay, looking, so I've got blank, Toga, blank, L-Nav, V-Nav. 156, 197, 6,000 feet on the QNH 1018. Ticket's currently off. Oh, flop 20. Set on running. Okay, since we're away from the Sentinels now anyway. Switch on to traffic coming down the line.
Hey, check out the OBPA icon on the left of the page now for the server.
Oh, nice.
That damn thing comes in handy all over the place. You wanna watch what I'm doing?
Give me 2 minutes, Dave. I'm just about to take off, and then I'll come and have a look.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to. I just, if you were curious, it doesn't really matter. I'm changing screens a lot anyway, so.
Oh, roger.
You doing a test?
Say again?
Are you doing a test?
No, what it is, I'm just going to get a bit of a long haul going on this one because I've got to go out in a couple of hours anyway to do my MRI scans and everything else. So I figured I may as well just get a flight going, and then by the time I get back I'll be mostly, well, you know, halfway done.
Ah, okay. you're gonna have to. No, you don't have to, but I would appreciate you making an effort to explain this long haul stuff to me again. Because I mean, just I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, being starting a flight, getting up to cruise, and then leaving, and then coming back, and then just being on the flight deck for up at cruise, not really doing anything for that long a period. I mean, I honestly don't get it. And I'm not being. I guess I'm just like curious. What I must be missing something. I'm certainly not being. I'm not challenging you on that or anything. I just don't understand. What you get out of it, and like I feel like I'm missing something, or you know what I mean?
I think more than anything, what it is, it's just an own personal preference. Like, I mean, I've always enjoyed the long hauls. It's just something I got into back in FS 2004, and something I enjoyed doing. Even if I mean, it's good if you've got to step away for a while because you've got something to look forward to come back to. But even if you're not going to step away, then it's something I look forward. I enjoy doing because I don't know why I enjoy it, but I really do. I mean, there's a lot of planning that goes into it as well. Like, I mean, if I'm doing this by myself, like I put like a good hour and a bit of prep into this. Like, I mean, I've got 107 pages worth of documentation that I reviewed before I even boosted up the sim.
Yeah, I get that. See, although I wouldn't want to do it just because I have so many other things going on right now. I mean, but that I could understand, the planning part, and learning part. Learning, because it's a learning experience on every single flight, right? So, I mean, I get that part. I do. It's just, being at cruise for that long and not not having anything to do. That's, I guess, the big thing for me. But that's, I'm not, each to his own. I get it. Well, I mean, except for, I mean, if you're in a long haul, I mean, is it something that you can save and then come back to?
If you needed to get away and do something else, then yeah, you can always save it and come back to it.
Well, like what I mean is if we had, let's just say that we had 2 guys log in right now, and as a group we wanted to do a 2-ship shared cockpit flight, which is going to be happening, and is it something that you could and would be willing to save that flight and then come back to it at another time?
Well, yeah, you can do that, definitely.
Right, I know you can do it, but I mean, is it something something
I would willing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we've got like some kind of organised, I mean, the one thing we could do there is, sorry, 1 second. It's coming up. Sorry about that, I was just on the departure. Yeah, so, I mean, if we had people coming in and then, like, we had some kind of organisation saying, where we were going to say, like, we're going to do the share cockpit, then yeah, I could save this and come out of it without any problems.
I mean, it may not be, how things go, it may not be organised, it may be organised right then and there. I mean, just, because of people's schedules and when they log in and all that, and all right, well, that's good. That makes me feel better, because I know there have been a few times where we're going to do a flight, and because the more people on a group flight, the better for other people. I mean, makes them feel part of something, right?
Yeah.
So, and so I know there have been a few times, in the past where you know, we were going to do a flight, but you were already on a long haul, and I always felt kind of bad about that. So all right, well that's cool. Hey, so what I'm trying to do, there's some, I don't know if you know about this or not, but you probably do, but Discord has these bots, and some of them allow for a little bit, to give you a little bit more information. Like, there have been people that, where you and I haven't been on Discord, and there have been people who have been logging in, and then they stick around for a little bit and they log out. And the reason I know that is Raul told me. And was it Raul? No, it was Anders told me that he was logged in. Somebody came in, and I guess you and I weren't there. He didn't know who it was, and then they logged out. And he said it's happened a few times. And so I would like to be able to know who that was. It's not. I think we get notified. I might be wrong on this. I think we get notified if somebody joins the server, but if they've already joined and they log in, then I don't think there's a notification for that. So there's a bot that I think will do that for us, and it'll go into a logs chat room that only administrators have access to. So that's one of the things I'm trying to implement here, and then I'm also looking at the other bots to see if they have features that we might want to utilize.
Oh yeah, nice, fair enough. I will say as well, actually, in all fairness, the one thing I love about doing the long calls now is that I know for a fact that I've not got to worry about those goddamn OOMs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's good that you can save it and come back to it, So that's really good, and we have. Well, it made me think of this, but as far as virtual airlines go, virtual airlines are one of the major pirating distribution points for flight sim software, and we know this for a fact. And there's been no virtual airline that's been immune to this, and so, one of the things that we're doing for these new members coming on board is, we've always had the rule, but we've never talked too much about it. But, and I'm going to have to tell Mark, he's going to have to give up his affiliation with Delta. I trust Mark, but, how would it be if, if we let him do it and we didn't let other people do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm open to your thoughts on that. But it's these guys. Here's the problem. This guys have these very loose affiliations with, not all the time. Like when I was at Delta Virtual, I didn't affiliate or speak to anybody at Delta, any of the other pilots, and really none of the other managers. Actually, not really, but none of the managers. If there was a way to do that, then I would certainly be okay with it. But there's not a way for us to monitor that, and that's where it becomes problematic. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure this stuff has always been going on, but my eyes have been opened up to it with a big, like somebody hit me with a big dead cold fish in the face, And it's you and I are getting to the point where we're going to start making money at this, man. And I don't want that. I don't want to fuck that up.
Yeah, no, I agree with the philosophy. The only place we're going to struggle is truly, like you say, enforcing it.
Well, I mean, I can make sure. I mean, look, if you know, if they're part of it, are you streaming?
I am, but I can mute the sounds.
Oh my God, yeah. Matter of fact, can you kill your stream and restart it and delete it?